This article comes from a Libertarian Future, a libertarian news journalist site. I am not employed or associated with a Libertarian Future. I don't have permission to do this, so upon request I will quit making videos about news from a Libertarian Future. I just want to showcase some good or alternative journalism. Here we go again. One of the two parties won, and the one that lost is going to blame the third party, or third parties. This time, Democrats are going to blame Libertarians for President Trump. They'll say that if Libertarians had just voted for Hillary in swing states, that would have been enough to swing the election. It wouldn't have been. In many cases, Gary Johnson actually shrunk the margin in Clinton's favor. But that doesn't matter. It's simply just not a third party's fault when one of the two major parties loses. Don't blame Gary Johnson for President Trump. And Republicans, if Hillary Clinton had won, it wouldn't have been Gary Johnson's fault. If Democrats are looking for someone to blame, they should blame Hillary Clinton. There's more to it than that, though. In fact, there are three main factors that Democrats can blame for President Trump, including themselves. Number one, blame the DNC for nominating a candidate they knew was flawed. Number two, Democrats only have themselves to blame for ignoring the many flaws with Hillary Clinton. They handed her the nomination, no questions asked, and never addressed those problems. The DNC, Democratic National Convention, and media rigged the nomination from the outset and never looked back. They never made Clinton actually address her scandals or come to terms with any of the issues people have with her. The Democrats just glossed over all of that and focused solely on attacking the other side. It's obvious now that the American people never got over those scandals, but that should have been obvious beforehand. Number three, blame Democrats for taking the election for granted. In addition to her many scandals, Hillary Clinton is also to blame for her negative campaign strategy. She ran as the candidate who wasn't Trump and spent the majority of her time attacking him instead of defending herself and laying out her policies. Voters didn't see a vision for the future, just a candidate trying to win by default. That's enough. That isn't enough. That doesn't turn voters out, obviously. 5 million less votes. 5 million less people voted this year compared to 2012. Obama also happened to win by about 5 million votes. Hillary Clinton took the Obama coalition for granted. She wrongly assumed that she would inherit it just by winning the nomination. The Clinton campaign also took multiple states as givens. There wasn't a day that went by where the media wasn't talking about the blue firewall of Rust Belt states. The Democrats assumed far too much and made true asses out of themselves. Number 6. Blame Hillary Clinton for being an awful candidate. Number 7. Think about it. Hillary Clinton couldn't beat Donald Trump. She couldn't beat the most flawed and disliked Republican nominee in history. She couldn't beat the Republican nominee whose own party denounced him and withdrew their nominations. She couldn't be the Republican nominee who got a million less votes that Mr. Romney did in 2012. That says a lot more about her candidacy than it does about Donald Trump's. In the end, the majority of the electorate didn't see her as an honest and trustworthy candidate. Her scandals finally caught up with her. If there's anyone to blame for President Trump, it is Hillary Clinton and the DNC. If Democrats want to defeat President Trump in 4 years, they're going to have to come in terms with these issues. They can't just blame third parties and pretend they don't have to change. They can't blame Gary Johnson for President Trump. It's time for some serious introspection and reflection. It's time for the Democrats to take responsibility for their actions.